Hello students, welcome. Today's lesson will be focused on Chapter 8 in your textbooks. Please flip to page 230. Now, focus on the screen for the following video.
The women of early America and Lowell's Waltham system, women as factory workers.
Hello. I'm James Stone, and you're watching Colonial Adventures. We're going back in history to witness women in factory time. Sit back and join us on this educational journey.
Hi, my name is Betty Jones. I'm a young woman who works in a factory in Manchester. What can I do for you?
I'm Mr. Smith, a New England father trying to decide whether to send my precious daughter to a factory.
The success of the early spinning mills of southern New England in the years before 1810 and the uncertainties of shipping led Francis Cabot Lowell his fortune in manufacturing. Lowell, along with Nathan Appleton, Patrick Tracy Johnson, Abbott LeWarens, and Amos LeWarens, made up the Boston Associates.
Well, the Boston Associates developed the Waltham system. The system promoted hiring young women instead of young children. Thriving factories were a product of this new system.
But where do all of you reside during your employment?
We often spend our days in boarding houses similar to modern-day dormitories, but remain under very strict supervision.
Well, this strict supervision would be good for my daughter.
Yes! Straight-laced New Englanders, like you, were more than willing to send their daughters to these mills to work.
Oh, I see now. Work must be a main priority for you women, correct? Or do you find spare moments for personal leisure?
We work a 70-hour week but still have time for sewing circles, our own literary periodical, and have time to attend lectures on edifying subjects.
My daughter can be seen as a little bit of a troublemaker. How can I be assured she will be restrained?
We do have a very strict 10 o'clock curfew every night. This really expressed our resiliency of our youth.
Thank you for this information, but I would like to know, what are the conditions like in the factories?
Conditions among the factories are well taken care of. We are well dressed, healthy in appearance, and still uphold the manners and poise that young women should have.
Each room usually has 80 women working at machines, with 2 male overseers managing the operation. Room often got hot, and windows were kept shut because of the thread.
That's very reassuring, Miss Jones. Now what is a weekly pay for you working women?
Women are paid in cash for their labor, which is a major advancement for women in the textile industry, since the young women in Rhode Island mills are paid in company credit.
We get paid a weekly wage between $2.50 and $3.25. Majority is sent home, some for room and board, and little for ourselves.
With so little wage for personal use, how do you spend it?
Most of us save up for a trousseau, or wedding dress, as suitors usually find us soon with help from our families.
Mrs. Jones, is there any specific reason why most women desire work within these factories?
Many women, including myself, want an escape from the confining home and farm life, but also as a source of extra income for our struggling families.
Are all you women happy with the factory standards? Surely some parts of factory life aren't satisfactory.
Mr. Smith, there have been few revolts. Women make up 85% of the workforce, but we aren't allowed any supervisory positions.
In 1834, women caused a revolt targeting the wage cuts, but the work stoppage didn't affect the management system.
Have any of your little riots been effective?
There was a more effective protest in 1836, due to a hike in room and board prices.
A woman at the protest in 1836 stood on a pump and vented about her companions' feelings in an innate speech, declaring that it was their duty to resist all attempts at cutting wages. This was the first time a woman had spoken in public in Lowell, and the event caused surprise and consternation among her audience.
That's very understandable, Mrs. Jones. But all work must come to an end. After your completion at the factory, what do you intend to do with yourself?
Many of us women are starting to find new positions as school teachers. The factory does truly give us experience for higher jobs in the future.
But if you are all leaving factory work, someone has to replace you, right? Or factories will cease to exist.
Factory supervisors are beginning to hire Irish immigrants. Don't worry, Mr. Smith.
This has been most helpful regarding my decision for my daughter's employment. Thank you very much, Mrs. Jones. And good luck to you, dear.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Mr. Smith. Your dear daughter will be a good fit with the factory lifestyle.
And that concludes our colonial adventure. Join us next time for our journey through Irish and German immigrants and factories.
Alright, class. To successfully test your learning, I have 2 class discussion questions we shall be going over momentarily. Focus your attention forward as we shall now begin. Who would like to begin our discussion by sharing their thoughts on our first question? Yes, Timothy, please address what impact the development of factories had on the workers.
The development of factories opened job opportunities for immigrants and citizens and gave opportunities of easy money and work for younger generations. The Waltham-Lowell system was very helpful because manufacturing was major in the U.S. and at this point in time women were unable to do many other jobs.
Well done, Timothy. Our second question for discussion, do we have another participant? A name, go.
Working in the textile mills united the women and created relationships between them. Because of the Waltham-Lowell system, the women banded together for strikes against management.
Well done, class. Please bring your textbooks to class tomorrow and be prepared for our pop quiz. Hi.